So I'm going to explain
Yes, yes.
what are all the remaining topics that we're going to cover in this admin training. So today we're going to cover most of the page layouts, mini page layouts, search layouts, and app builder. And then we have a role and role hierarchy. So what are the roles we are selecting on a user, right? So we have a concept of role hierarchy as well. So that one we can cover. Then public group queues are nothing but group of users. But I will explain in depth. There are some global actions and publisher layouts. Sorry, that we can use. And then record types is somewhat important topic. And based on record types, we can have a different pick list values and page layouts assigned for a different record types. That is this is also one of the important topic. And the really important topic was the security. So wherever you go, the first question may fall on the security. So this is a really good topic to discuss. There are so many things. And then next one is the validation rules and there are email templates. So email templates, like if you want to send out an email whenever some action is happened, then we can use this email templates. And then in the email templates, and we're going to use a merge fields. So on the one record, you want to send an email, including the information about the record. So let's say in your case, you have a student and they appear for multiple exams, and you want to send a progress report in the email mentioning that marks of different subject and what is the total, what is the grade, and you want to send out an email. So you don't need to send individually. So once you have set up any of the automation, so once you have a template ready, it will do it for you. So if it's 100 users, 1000 users, I mean 1000 students, how many students are there? So if you have the template ready and you have the data, then with a single automation tool, it will take care of the sending emails to all the students. And similarly, excuse me. Sorry. Similarly, when we have large data to import into Salesforce, we have a tools to import from using the CSV files. We can load the data into Salesforce. We have data loader and import wizards to do that. Okay, we are importing how we can export. We can export using a data loader, and they are powerful tools called reports. So the reports also instant things where we can create data and we can filter data, we can group, and there are different types of reports available, and we can create some KPIs. And once we created the reports and dashboards, so we no need to log in every time and check. We can subscribe for those reports and dashboards so that we will get emails on a scheduled time. Like you want every Monday or every day this time. If you subscribe to the time, then it will generate the report and send it to your emails. And then we store this reports into the folders and share this folders to our different users. Basically, once you created the report and dashboard, how you're going to share with the other users. You have 100 users in your or then if you have your admin and once you created the report, how you're going to share those reports with the different users. And when we have a one thing called approval process, this will be at the end. Why? Because once we have covered everything, workflow rules and all, then only we'll understand the process builder. And previously, it's only workflow rules we have, and then we have process builders and flows. So this is also one of the important area where we have automations from the configurations. Okay, this is all overview. And if you think, so I think somebody is already working there. If you think some of the topics are not covered here, please let me know. I will add. Okay, let's move on to the today's topic. So today's topic is different page layouts and what are available in the layouts, and what are different types of layouts available in Salesforce and where we use those layouts. And here somewhere in the past sessions, I have explained switching between classic and lightning. So what I'm doing was, now I'm explaining everything in a lightning UI. I'm not explaining anything on a classic. So if you see any of the recordings in a Salesforce, like from a different institute and all, you might see they're explaining in a different UI. So that UI is called a classic UI. So this classic UI is what originally Salesforce has started. And then they have improvised the UI. And so we have the three releases every year, right? So at some point of time, Salesforce has released this Lightning, and which is rich in look, and it is supported in multiple devices, like responsive devices like mobile and tab. So what are the different devices with different sizes? So the screen can automatically adjust based on the device screen size, and you don't need to work for different devices separately. And the look and feel also rich. Okay, so first I will show you how to switch between a classic and lightning view. So whatever the view you are looking at is a lightning view. So if I want to switch to a classic, so you see a view profile symbol right at the top right. It's a view profile. So if you go there and if you click on the switch to Salesforce Classic, then you will be landed to a classic. And again, you can switch back to lightning by using this link, switch to lightning experience. So this is how we will switch back and forth from lightning to classic, classic to lightning. So if you see any of the pages similar to, so even there are some of the pages still look like a classic, but they're available. So only this part will be shown in the lightning, but his header and sidebar, what we'll have as what we'll call it as the top part we have, right? We have tabs, logo, and this release. This is I think winter 22. This release icons, global search, everything we see, right? What we call it as a header in classic. And what we see in the left side, right? Left side pan, what we call this as a sidebar. And this is a page. Okay, so yeah, any question? Okay, so
But one, I mean, the only the UA feel, I mean, the difference is in the UA, right? Only
yeah, only in the UI only the difference, not in the
options are
function.
the same. We can
Uh,
see the same options, right?
Same options, but thing was the navigation might be bit different. So let's say if we go into a setup, so usually when we create a object and fields, right? So we go to a setup. So usually how it will be when we go to a setup in a lightning, we have a one home tab and object manager. We don't see all this. The page UI will be a different, but the settings, everything you do. Let's say if you want to add a field on the project object, usually we go to project manager and search for a project and open that. But here, how it will be grouped into a standard objects and custom objects. So if we go to a custom objects, so here you see, right, objects. Again, there will be the list of custom objects. So here you need to select the project and the fields. What are the UI that you see? All are a bit different. So you see everything here about the object related information and field related information. Like you see more information compared to Lightning here. But there is like when you have a less fields, you feel that it is somewhat easy to maintain, and you see everything is in the one page only. but they're still they're also we see in one page. But thing was they are grouped and split into a sidebar. So let me just quickly show you the difference. It's not only the difference, there are some differences. So when you look at the setup navigation, there will be a difference compared to a Lightning and Classic. Excuse me. So now I am in the Lightning. If I go to setup, see how it looks. There are only tabs called a setup, home, and object manager. So if you go to object manager, everything related to objects, like it could be a standard or a custom, it have everything over here. So you will just go and search the object name, and you have some information over here. And once you open the object, you don't see everything in a single place. So everything is grouped into a different section. All details about the project, and then fields and relations in the object, then layouts and Lightning record base. These are only in the Lightning. So similarly, here also all options are available, which are common, but they are grouped into a boxes, what we call it as sections, different sections, and place it there. You can create a new one assignment directly from here. When you look at Lightning, it will be a group into a left side pan, and just you have to click on each pan and see what you have and whether you can create a new or you can find it. That's the only difference. Okay, so you don't need to worry about much in the Classic. Why? Because once you have know in the Lightning, it's not too hard to find in the Classic. Okay, so but thing was some of the features are still available in a Classic, very few. If you feel any of the page in setup, if you go somewhere, if it's not working, then you have to switch back to Classic and do that. But nothing new there. It's also same functionality and same features you're going to configure. Nothing to worry there. Okay. Now that's a hardly a Classic and Lightning. How to switch between a Classic and Lightning? Any doubts over there?
So companies prefer to Lightning or Classic?
So whatever orgs that are created after having Lightning, they mostly use Lightning only. So what are the old orgs that are when there's no Lightning, they have built up, right? They have built so many objects or so much custom pages, and they have well settled in their org with a Classic. They're still continuing in a Classic. So in those projects, you might be seeing only in the Classic view. Still, you can use a Lightning and make the setup automation. Everything will be same. So if you have any kind of automation that is set up in a Classic, so it doesn't matter where you are. So what all the backend, everything will be same. Only the UI will be different in Classic and Lightning. And some of them what we even configured in Classic also, they're migrating it to a Lightning for some of the features what they provide. So nothing to worry about that. So only the old orgs is they are using a Classic, but most of the new orgs or whatever projects, if you newly get our enhancements, most of them are in the Lightning. So I was focusing more onto the Lightning part only. Classic part also you can do once you have know everything. There's nothing hard there. Okay, any questions? Okay. So we have seen the details, we know fields and relationships, we know. Whenever we create a field, we are saying that it is adding in the layout in one of the step. And when we look at the resource or project, any of the records, we see it looks not well organized. So everything in a one column, and I don't want to like, I don't like this page. I don't need all these buttons. I see a lot of buttons. I don't need all this. I want to configure all of them. And similarly, I don't want to look this way. I want to have something on some rights, some sections. Somewhere I have already explained here. Just take a look, complete look on the a page layout. So once we go to the page layout, so we have a default page layout created with the name of the object name space a layout. And you can rename this page layout and you can have one more layout. When you create a new page layout, it will ask to clone existing page or not. If you clone it, whatever there in that page layout, everything will come into this new page layout. If you don't clone it, it's going to be a blank. It will add only the required fields. Okay, so let's say uh, project, I'm just making it as new. So here, just to make a different name. I'm not copying anything over here. I'm just created a project new. And if you think, okay, okay, I'm done here, I'm saved, and I want to switch between another layout called a project layout. You can switch directly from here also, you can do that. Okay, so I'm again using the old layout. Okay, just show you like how it looks when we created a new layout. So see here, no fields are there. So only the required fields are added directly under the layout. Okay, so first thing was, if you are seeing, override the global publisher layout. So we are going to explain what is the global actions and publisher layouts that will come back later here. And they are Salesforce mobile and Lightning experience actions. So whatever the buttons you see here, these are all uh, controlled in a classic, not in the Lightning. So by default, Salesforce, they give some set of actions. So you don't want to use those actions and you want to control yourself. What are the actions available in a Lightning? Then override that predefined actions. And there are so many things. And you see here buttons. So just remove everything from here and move to the top. I don't want to post. I don't want new task, contact. I don't want any of this. Okay, I'm just skipping some of the actions over here. So, and then, so this is the button section, what you're going to see in the Salesforce mobile and Lightning experience. So we are in a Lightning experience, right? So this is the place where we control the Lightning buttons. There's one more button section below you see. This is in the classic if you want to control any buttons there. Okay, so I'm keeping the buttons over here. When we switch to a classic, let's see how it is looks. And then, and one more thing you have to remember is, if it is on the layout, doesn't mean that you're going to see all the buttons here. So this is the first step to add the buttons over here. And next step is you should have that capabilities for your object. Then only it will be shown on the layout. Let's say I'm adding a delete and edit buttons. So if you have a permission to edit any record, then only you will see the edit button. Even though if you add it in the layout, if you have a permission, then only it will be displayed. Even though if you add delete button, it will not show up until unless you have a delete permission on the object. So the two places you have to check. Even though it is on the layout, it doesn't matter. It will show up only if you have permission, then only it will show up. Even though if you have permission, if it is not on the layout, it will not show up. Still, you have to add the button to the layout, then only it will show. Next. So let's go to the field section. So I have two required fields added, and I want to name it as a field header not visible. So I want to add one section here. You see the section here, right? So I want to add one section. So I want to name it as a project info. So I want two column view and I want like this left, right, and just setting it as a okay, and have a project name and email. And then I have some of the fields like history number, and I want to add one more section here next to it. Call it as a address info, and I'm doing a save. So address like office city, and I want to add one more section called contact info, and then save. Okay, contact info. I want more email here and phone number, and here I want to add project lead and project start date, and add address information with the state and okay, technology used on to the project. So project start time, so resource count. I want to create a one more section. Resource info. I'll move to here. Okay, there's the first project, customer website. I wanted one more section saying customer info. This customer website, number of employees of customer, customer office address, CAGR growth of a customer, under city of here, and contact information about customer here. Okay, resource owner, and then office location of the customer. So location of the customer, and then project information. I want to add a project ID. What is the revenue of the customer? Project approved date. Okay. Okay. Now, I think that let's say somewhere I want to see some blank spaces. Let's say after customer website, I want to add one space. The space means whatever the field that we are like it's kind of a table, and when you want to just have some space between fields, you can add the space wherever you want. Okay. So if you feel some of the fields are like a text area and they're taking a long space, anyway, it will automatically adjust. Or some places, if you want to really feel to add a white spaces, you can add still. Okay, that's it. So usually, right? So it will be from top to bottom, it will add. So if you add anything here, it will be next to the about customer. If you want to add some space between the next field, then you can add the space like this. Okay, and now, so here, if you look at every field, there's an option to see that gear symbol, sorry, run symbol. In the trend symbol, you have option to make the field as a required and read only. So if it is already required at field level, anyway, it will be by default made it as a required, and you don't have an option to control the required option. And if it's already read only field, you don't have option to control this. If it is a visible and normal field, you have option to make it as a required field. So when you made required, you can see this asterisk symbol, and you can do that. And any other information, number of employees, this is you want to make as a required fields, and then okay. Okay, done. So I am done with the layout. Okay, the layout is ready. So if you look at the record, it will not reflect any changes. So we are looking at a project, right? So I made so many things, but I don't see any changes. So these are all what I see. So I do it info, not information. This is what the previous layout, what we're having. This is not the layout that we created. So I want to see the other layouts. When we have a multiple page layout, how to assign the correct layout in my view, how I can do it. So I see so many buttons. So here the concept called a page layout assignment. You have to see what page layout is assigned for your profile. So page layouts are assigned to your profile, not to the individual users. So you need to check your profile is a system administrator, and the other profile what you're going to log in is a system admin. So here you need to change the layouts. So what we created is a project. Sorry, what we created is a project new. So when you want to edit assignment, when you change, I want to change the project new as um, the layout. So how we can change it? You have to select here, and then from the top you have to select whatever the layout you want to change here. So I want to change for this two profile. I want to add this new page layout and then do a save. And once it is saved, you can refresh this page and see the new layout you can see in the page. See here project info, customer info, and resource information. So I have added one white space here. That's why it's giving a thing here, and then contact information, address information. Okay, and fine. You see the buttons here. Now it is removed all unnecessary things. So I will just explain these buttons and quickly and wrap up this one. So printable view, just you can do a PDF format of it so that it will be how it looks. If it is kind of a then you can use the print this page like if you want to take a printout, things like standard view, or you can just save it as a PDF also. You can save directly by using save. So there's a HTML. So when you do a control B, you can option to save this as a PDF also there available. And okay, I'm just going to switch back to printable view. So sharing, and I'm going to explain in the next session how to share these records and edit this. I think we are using for a long time. So you are much aware about it. And then a clone. Clone means whatever the information you see here and you have a edit access, it will move everything to a copy to a new record and populate all the information over there. If you want to change the names over here, and you can do that, and you can on top of the what you have there, you can again change those values. And you can change any of the dates you want, and then just you can do a save. So here these are dependent pick list we have saved before. I'm just doing a save. It has created. See, I have less information, but I copied from the other record and do a save. That's a clone. And then printable view is in change owner. So you see the ownership here, right? Batch one SF Tech. So there's a two places to change. So again, here you see small icon, right? User icon. You can change from here one way, and the other place is so it change the owner. And other place is you can change owner from here. Change owner and again switch back to a different user. Okay, there are two places where you can change the owner. So I want to keep it as a team for now. Okay, and what else we have? We have a delete. So everybody know, right? What is a delete? So once you delete, it will be in the recycle bin. So if you have delete permission, then only you see the delete buttons. Okay, now again, moving on to the page layout. What are all the other options we see on the page layouts? Okay, we have seen the field section and the button section also we have seen. And next, quick actions. These quick actions are nothing but any of the custom action you want to add. Let's say, mm, so you have some related data right here. Okay, we're not seeing it. First, I will explain the so mobile lightning actions you see, right? So what we did before we have removed everything what is available here. So if you want to add more to this section, you have to add from a mobile and lightning actions. From here only we can drag and drop to this box. So only from here only you can do that. And then expanded layouts. So sorry, expanded lookups. So if you have any lookups and you want to look at lookup relations to be shown like created by and last modified by, you can have that here. The standard audit fields these are, and the main part is here, related lists. So how we can control the related list and what are the related lists? Related lists are any of the child records associated to this object. What are all the childs? It could be parent to a multiple objects. Like in our case, we have a resources. Similarly, what are all see here you see, right? These are all the child records to this project, the possible child records. So once you enable the history, so it will be a project history. So where you can add here, so you have a related list section here. So you can only add here only. So that if you see the red color symbol, that means you don't have option to do it. See here, only if along with the cursor you see one box side. If it is that symbol, you cannot add there, and it will stick mark. And there's one place it highlights, it will add over there. Okay. So careful while you're trying to add whether it's added correctly or not. Also, you have to check. And then I'm just adding the activity history, and I will explain what is activity history. And then the resources what we are actually related. So I'm adding the resources. Okay, open activities. These are like a similar things, standard features available with the Salesforce and notes and attachments. This is available in a classic and also in Lightning, but we are allowed to use the only files. So again, the groups. Again, what are the groups available for this one? This is all a standard feature, not what we have created. So we only created the resources, remaining all of the standard features based on the checkboxes that you do on the detail. It will automatically show. When you enable the tracking history, it will show the project history. Activity history is if you want to track activities. There's one more option called activities. Then only you see everything here, like activity history or open activities. All this you see only if you enable the activities on the object. And these files and attachments and notes, like if you want to add any files or any notes to the record, you can add. This is also a checkbox available on the when you create an object. In the details you can see all those. Okay, let's do a save here and see how it looks. And just I'm going to details to show you. So you have see track field history enabled, track activities enabled, and enable reports is enabled. And what are all the options you see, and on edit also you see more options. So see here allow search, then only it will be searchable. And you see